And the world keeps turning.
And the Vegemite keeps turning.
And the world keeps turning.
Oh, I don't know.
Just the world keeps turning, babe. Shake it, round and around and around.
I usually don't eat on the screen, but I'm just so hungry.
Yo, what's up, guys? Joker here. We're back. Episode 22, an hour early this week. Things are crazy. I didn't even know we were not even ready for this. I just literally found out today that there is apparently no daylight savings whatsoever in Japan. So, I guess during this period of daylight savings until the next time we roll forward or in the U.S., we're going to be running TGW for an hour early, right?
Yeah, so I'm like,
we can't do anything about your work schedule. I had no idea.
Unless, of course, everyone wants me to get fired, then we can bring the show back.
Well, then we can do it 7 days a week.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I got fired for a bag of potato chips. So.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to be doing this around 4:30 Eastern. So we may have to actually update the intro again. You just updated it there, so I guess we're going to have to update it again now. We're going to have to keep on changing it. Well, at least now if you update it this time, we'll be set for a good 3 months, I think. I think we set the clocks forward every 3 months. It's the changing of the seasons, basically. Roll forward, roll back, roll forward, roll back. I think we do it 4 times a year, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll see where I'm from on the Gold Coast. We don't have daylight savings either. So, I mean, it's weird because the state below, like there's New South Wales, which is literally like a 1 hour drive to Tweed Heads, like a place from where I live. If you go over that border, it's then daylight savings. So it's like people who cross the border, like they just go crazy.
See, I had no idea about this. I didn't know that there were parts of the world that did not have daylight savings. I just learned this today.
I thought you learned that in school, brother.
No, I don't know. We may have, but I might have missed that day.
This is America. We don't learn other clocks.
People are asking in the chat, Joe, did you get fired? No, I didn't get fired. No, we were talking about Brian. We were saying Brian would get fired if he were to miss work to do the show at the normal time.
Yeah. So if we dropped it back an hour to pretty much compensate for everyone's daylight savings in the States, I'd be fired because I'd go to work at 9 o'clock and they'd be like, okay, you are ridiculously late. And what's the excuse? Oh, I'm doing a tech show, guys,
Yeah, I got a new camera angle for this week. Got the camera kind of pointing up at me. I'm not sure. I think it's better because the backdrop at least looks a little bit neater. I've got some like keyboard boxes and mice boxes behind me, so can't really see anything else. Like,
yeah, you got like a Barnacules going on there. So
is that what it looks like? Oh yeah, the way he has it pointing up. Yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a Barnacules going on.
Well, I've got one of those like mini Joby tripods, so I stuck the C920 on there and figured I'd give that a try. Because it never really looks all neat behind me.
C920 is great, man. I've got a video coming out comparing it to this one I'm using at the moment, which this one I'm using now is terrible, so sorry for the video quality. But yeah, the C920 is like the best webcam you can get, hands down.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been out for a while. It just hasn't been replaced yet.
Yeah, well, the problem is, like, when I went to buy another one, I'm like, I could use another one. And I remember paying, like, $50 the last time.
Yeah.
I went to go buy it this time. It's like $110. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're not cheap. I think I paid $70 or $80 for mine.
Yeah, well, like, they were on special when I bought one, like, ages ago. And then I went to buy one again. It's like, well, that's ridiculously expensive. So I just bought this, like, 1080p one from Buffalo, but it's nowhere near as good.
Nowhere near as good as Logicool?
No, Logicool is seriously cool, man.
So, all right. Well, before we get into any topics, you got any personal updates, any new tech pickups or game pickups you want to talk about?
I have the DH15 is going to get tested. I've got it in. It's going to pretty much.
Let's see. Let's see it, man. Hold it up. That's a pretty big box for a CPU card. That thing is bigger than your head.
I know. So
the thing is that the one with the triple fans with like the one slotted in the middle?
Yeah, well, I've got to open it still. Like, I just got it in
the other day. Is there a picture of it on the box?
Yeah, it's got 2 fans with it.
2 fans, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's massive.
I know. I got it in the other day, and I was just like so tired. So today I'm going to get some time to actually give it some B-roll, give it some testing, and then I'm probably going to make a video comparing it to everything else here. So, because apparently I hear it's king of the hill when it comes to air cooling. It's king of the hill.
Yeah.
Going to test that out, and I mean, it looks good already. I mean, just feeling the box feels like it's high quality too. Like you've got in, you know, the out printed lettering and stuff.
Yep.
Like it feels like you're getting a Goosebumps book. Do you remember reading that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, I used to love those books, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I used to get
raised lettering with the bumpiness on it, right?
Yeah. I used to get the book and just put my finger over the letter. Like, oh, I got a Goosebumps book. so, but yeah, that's kind of like what it feels like. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, looking forward to testing that. I got that Plex Media review done and just been pumping out so much content in the last week. I've just had so much free time. So I was like, why not pump out the content?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing that, and that's about it really. Cleaned up my house and not much else. What have you been doing?
Damn, banging out videos like almost every day. I basically took Sunday off, and then today I was gonna do something. Well, actually, I did film something today, but I'm not gonna put it out till tomorrow because we had the show today. So I was like, I'll do the show today, and then I'll put out a video tomorrow separate.
Yeah, true.
Other than that, new tech stuff. I've got a new headset in. Got a new headset in today. This is brand new on the market. This is basically directly competing with the Kingston. What is it? HyperX Cloud 2s or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically the same price point of those, and those are like considered to be like one of the best headsets out right now, like for analog headsets, which I would prefer over USB. These are the creative.
Any day.
These are the new Creative Sound Blaster X HX5s. They're pretty nice actually for a headset so far. It's got aluminum here. This is all brushed aluminum back, so it's pretty nice. I'm not a big fan of the ear cushions so far, but otherwise they do sound good. We're going to be doing a review on those. And then the one thing I was really excited about is I got my WASD keyboard today with my
nice
custom Joker Productions keycaps. I don't know if anyone can see
I
that.
gotta see that. See, I want to see that. Like, I can't see a webcam.
I know.
So
Right there. You can see it upside down on the screen. You'll be able to see it. But it's got a Joker Production keycaps on both sides for the Windows
man.
key. So that shit's hot. Because they were like, yeah, we'll send out a keyboard. And I was like, I saw you guys do custom keycaps, but I didn't see anything on the order page. Is there any way should I order those separately? And like, oh, we'll make you some. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, send over some Joker Productions keycaps with that bad boy. Put it straight in my basket. So yeah, this
I'll
thing's
put that straight in my basket.
yeah, this thing's sweet. 10 keyless, Cherry MX Brown switches, custom keycaps, all that. This is sweet. This is my new daily driver keyboard. I just got it today, and I'm just ecstatic about this thing. So review coming on that too soon.
Oh yeah, and I got a monitor coming in too. This will be my first like review sample monitor, so that'll be pretty cool as well. And I got the Ghetto NAS set up. Man, the Ghetto NAS is epic because it cost me nothing. Like I set that thing up and I patted myself on the back after I was done because it was just like, well, I made a NAS for nothing.
Yeah, I
just
saw
used all this spare. So.
What was the story with the hard drive outside the case? Is there nothing to mount that thing in there?
Oh, see, there's a 5.25 inch bracket there, but I need a 5.2 to 3.5 inch tray or whatever. 5.25 inch to 3.5 inch tray, so I can just put it in there. Otherwise, it'll just sit there. But to be honest, let's be honest, I'm not going to touch this thing. And I mean, honestly, there's no fans inside the case, so I might as well leave it open air. At least that way everything can, be better than just being stuffed in a coffin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, and at least I can see that because the computer's so quiet. Like, it is ridiculously quiet. So, at least I can see the fan spinning and I know that it's turned on.
Nice. So, you want to start rolling into some topics here? We got a lot of topics this week, man. I had to, I had so many things up. Like there was, I know you had sent me links for like some game stuff along with the tech stuff, and like some of it was console stuff, and I was like, well, we got to trim fat, so let's start with the console news.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The only one I thought was even mildly interesting to make fun of was that Human Revolution is capped at 30 FPS. That's it though. But we're not even going to raise that up as a topic. But Human Revolution capped at 30 FPS on consoles, not on PC though. But so
yeah, well that's those APUs playing it into again. Remember, I did a video ages ago where I tested that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, my concerns for consoles were real because they're only putting an APU in there. Like I'd love to have seen a dedicated GPU in those things, even if it costs more. These consoles are going to last a few good years, 5 years maybe. But imagine 4 years time, like PC is going to be like up here. And consoles are just going to be like, really bottom of the barrel kind of thing. So,
But
I
yeah,
mean, no, I've got a PlayStation 4, so I just never play it.
yeah. Well, speaking of AMD CPUs, we got something up here about the new Zen architecture. People have been asking us about this forever, and
Yeah.
this is just want to say that like this is WCCF tech, so this is basically like rumor mill central right here. Like
Yeah.
anything you read on WCCF tech, you better take with a full like about three or four twists of the salt grinder. You know, a couple
No,
a couple
well, a
twists on the salt
subatomic
grinder.
particle, like subatomic particle of salt.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, it won't be salt anymore, will it?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically salt personified at this point. So
Yeah.
all right, so
I mean,
big time rumor mill, but anyway, so the rumor is that Zen has met all expectations, no significant bottlenecks. Basically, it sounds like they're nearing the end of completion on this whole thing, and everything is looking a-okay based on this rumor.
okay, well, apparently this rumor stems from a ex AMD employee on LinkedIn
Ooh.
whose
heard that
friend
before.
still, well, his friend still works at AMD.
Okay.
And the friend said to the friend, and that rumor spreading guy said that Zen, yeah, has met all expectations, and it's no significant. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about that though. I didn't talk about that I made a quick flash video on this, and I didn't talk about the no significant bottlenecks. I mean, what's that supposed to mean? Like, I kind of can't see that other than a little bit of a negative. No significant bottlenecks. So there are bottlenecks there. What are the bottlenecks? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are waiting. I'm myself included. I would really love to just build something entirely new where I'm not paying out the ass for overclocking on both the motherboard and the CPU, which is something I just have grown to hate about Intel. Like, it, you know, fancy paying, like, okay, we've already paid for the K CPU. Why do we have to pay extra money for the motherboard now to have the ability to overclock? It's double dipping, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that's always pissed me off because we never used to have to pay for overclocking. Never. Like, back in the day, it was just like you get the motherboard,
There was
you get
just
the CPU.
there was just a
Super free-
processor.
Yeah, and
And then you either chose to overclock it or not. You didn't pay extra for a chip that was overclockable. It's silly.
exactly.
It's silly because they're basically what are they doing? Just changing one line of code on it, like basically saying, "Oh yeah, you can do this or you
Yeah.
can't do this."
Yeah, pretty much. So that's a little bit, you know, and I mean AMD sort of represent that still, which is something that a lot of people like. And I mean, I'd love to get an AM4, something new, something fresh, and Zen would just, yeah, a lot of people are waiting out for Zen, myself included. So the 40% IPC gain, even though it doesn't look that huge at first, like people are like, oh, it's only 40%. It actually is a lot considering
Yeah.
Haswell was like only 5% over Ivy. Ivy
Well-
was only 5% over
Well, you also
Sandy.
well you also have to consider that like you know this is like the first time they've really updated since like the 8350 came out, which was like when Sandy Bridge came out around that time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, how much percentage has Intel gained in that time? Has it been 40%? Do you think?
I'd say it's like probably 20 if I'd go off the top of my head. Like, of course, I'd have to add up the figures because well, that's that word, cumulative, is it?
Cumulative.
Yeah.
Cumulative. There it is.
Cumulative, yeah. See, I'm a noob. It's cumulative, right? So it adds up, and it you do 5%, you got to add on 5% on that 5%, and then you know what I mean. So I don't know what the number would be.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I mean, it would probably be 20%, right?
So
over Sandy.
this new Zen architecture, I haven't read up on it completely. This are not
Yeah.
they're not doing anything like hyper threading, are they? It's just going to be straight cores, right?
Yeah, well, like they're changing the actual architecture as well. So it's
Yeah, I
going
know it's
from their
architecture
previous
change. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and they're obviously dropping it down to 14 nanometer.
DDR4
And that's-
support.
Yeah, DDR4 support, all that goodness. So it's just going to be a real new, finally something just completely fresh from AMD. So
And also the motherboards, right? I mean, motherboards are finally going to be brought into 2015 with them because the AM3
Yeah.
Plus boards are like, oh my god, they're ancient. It's like I think
Yeah,
there's
that's
only
what I mean.
maybe only a couple of them even have USB 3 headers on them.
yeah,
They're just those things are like not very, and like you look at them and it's like none of these are really like gaming motherboards, good like amazing motherboards. The MSI has like one, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Everything else is really basic. And then the ASRock fatalities as well. That's about it though.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd love to see like what they do with that. I mean, would PCIe 4's on the horizon and SATA 4's on the horizon as well, I think. So be interesting to see if they make it. I mean, I haven't researched at all, so don't, again, take this with a grain of salt. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love it if those boards had that just
Yeah,
bang, straight in time for
MSATA,
that.
NVMe support, all that goodness, all that next gen
Yeah.
shit.
So, I mean, they need it, right?
Yeah,
They need
they
it.
need
USB
they
3.1.
AMD needs us more than anything, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we also had the other thing with AMD this week with the new brushed metal design. Are you super excited?
I see this.
Are you excited
This
about
is
brushed
I'm,
metal? Do you want your brushed metal? Because I
Yes,
want brushed
that's
metal.
it, man. I love brushed metal. I think everyone loves brushed metal.
Brushed
like it.
metal.
Yeah. That's it, baby. I mean, it's a good thing. So I like it what they've done with that. I mean, this is only good news for AMD, people on AMD. I can't really critique this. Like, what? We got new drivers coming out, a new UI that honestly, from what I saw, looked pretty good. Like, it looked clean.
Yeah.
It had overclocking built into it.
Yeah, like it's like GeForce Experience combined with Afterburner, more or less, or any other
Yeah.
utility like that where you can overclock, change your fan speeds, everything, all in one place. So
Yeah. I mean, as we critiqued, I think you critiqued it as well, right? The new brushed metal design, the first point.
well,
like,
it's funny because also
Yeah.
all of the screenshots like we're looking at right here, it's all flat gray. The only thing that's
Yeah.
kind of brushed metal is this like these gray
opaque
buttons.
background.
Well,
yeah.
there's like these silvery buttons at the bottom. Those are kind of like brushed metal, but otherwise it's all flat gray. It's not even brushed metal. And you even pointed out to me that the red brushed metal is like literally the first thing that shows up on Google Images if you search it. It's like
Yeah,
they just
like
literally
a
Google
Google
image
brush.
searched it and they just pasted it on like there you go, that's our new skin, new brushed metal design. Yeah.
Yeah, with like a sun ray or something going through there.
Yeah.
Brushed metal, baby.
Brushed,
But honestly,
brushed
on a good note, yeah. But it's like brushed metals just win. Like everyone knows that. So they're going with the win there for the design at least. So, I mean, and the new drivers, right? Are we going to get performance increases? How big are they going to be? And are we going to get that? Like, I mean, people have said that I haven't tried AMD for a little while now, for a few months. So, have they integrated recording software into their software?
They had the Raptor soft that you could record with, which is not great. I'm gonna be honest, it's
Okay.
not that good.
Okay, so
The other one I can't remember what the name of the one people were using. It's like Pilot or something, or I can't even remember what the hell it's called. It's really good though, but it costs money. But it's like very low performance hit, kind of like Shadow Play.
Well, see, Shadow
name's
Play,
escaping me
I
right
can't
now.
live without Shadow Play. Like, I need
man,
something like that where I just press a function key on my keyboard,
Well-
bang, I'm recording that piece.
Well, Shadow Play is so low impact because it has that 264 encoder right on the GPU that otherwise is sitting idle when
Yeah.
you're gaming. Does AMD
Yeah.
doesn't have that, do they? I don't know honestly. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd have to research it. But honestly,
we'd have to look that
like
up.
Shadow Play works really well. And that's like, for me, when I'm recording a lot of those videos where you see those actually all those videos where you see those desktop shots, that's done with Shadow Play. So,
Yeah, and-
it's really convenient,
Oh, I
especially
see,
for editors.
I see in here they have things like frame rate target control, so you can set frame rate lock. That's do your graphics options outside of games. I don't
Yeah.
profile overdrive. I don't know what that is. I have to see if they have a screenshot of that. But like, I'm wondering if they're gonna have like the auto optimize thing, kind of like on Nvidia.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Like, I'm positive about this because they got the game profiles there. They should have their own recommended settings. So, I mean, it looks very promising. And I mean, if they could implement this soon and then get the Arctic Islands out, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I would like
So,
to. I would
and
like
with
to.
Zen.
I'd like to see Nvidia do something like this. Someone was saying that they need a massive update to the Nvidia control panel. I like the Nvidia control panel; it's functional, but I think
Yeah.
it needs an overhaul. I would like to see them add stuff like this, like get integrated into it.
Yeah.
Some of the features of GeForce Experience without being the GeForce Experience, ideally.
Well, see, since GeForce Experience is mandatory now, they should just link it in with the freaking thing. I mean,
Well,
Eh.
what I was thinking is because like NVIDIA Inspector, like they don't make that's not a first party software, but it's an amazing tool, and you can do like custom SLI profiles in there, take out SLI profiles and put it into a Notepad file, and then go and edit them yourselves, add in different SLI bits. So that is an amazing utility for me. I use that more than the NVIDIA control panel probably. So I would like to see that get integrated into their base software from NVIDIA themselves.
yeah, well, I would like to see that too. So, I don't know. Like, ultimately, yeah, I mean, but GeForce Experience, for what it's worth, does look pretty good. That actual piece of software looks amazing at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
With its
and it
brushed
works
metal
really.
design.
It works. Yeah, it works really well. So, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm just hopeful for AMD. Like, I'm right. People are right when they say like you've got to stay positive. I mean, look, you can look at those financials all you want, but let's just stay positive, right? For it's because we need AMD. Let's face it,
Yeah, no.
we need them.
Brian's so ready over there for AMD, man. He's got the red walls, the red chair. He's ready.
That's it.
Red keyboard, red case. He is so ready to fucking jump on Zen with like a 490X or something, or Fury X2s or something with HBM. He's all ready for it, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've already got the 980 Ti, so like I said, if AMD can do this, if they can integrate a kick-ass recording software capture program into this Crimson software, they can get Arctic Islands out, which is kick-ass. They can get Zen out, which is kick-ass. Yeah, you're going to see, like, pretty much freaking AMD everywhere. But
yep.
So just because I'd love to try something new as well.
Well, man,
so.
this is it though. This is their last chance. If this doesn't, this needs to go off so smashingly for them in 2016, or I don't think they can make it a whole year. I don't think they can make it a whole year without turning a profit. Or at least going even, because they're down to like close to bankruptcy. They're so close.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. They need this. So hopefully they can, when the going gets tough, we got to see if the tough gets going, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to be out of the 3 comma club, man.
Yeah. I won't say anything more. I do have a joke, but it probably. I'll tell you later off cam.
All right. So you want to move on to this new Acer monitor here? You want to take this one?
Yeah, well, they got the new Predator coming out with 144 hertz support. So this is an ultra wide. I mean,
no, it's not ultra wide.
Oh, it's not ultra wide.
No,
okay.
no, they were saying they were mentioning that they recently came out with their 34-inch ultra wide.
Oh yeah.
This is basically an update to my monitor, but it has a new stand. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, so they got the Predator branding there. It's FreeSync capable as well. Yours is G-Sync, isn't it?
This one coming out is a G-Sync. That's what they're talking about. It's G-Sync.
Okay.
All right. It's okay.
So,
it's okay. It's early there, man. Well, basically, I'll take this one.
You take this one, yeah.
All right, I'll take it. So basically, this is the monitor people have been waiting for. It's basically the monitor I have right now, the XB270HU, but they've got a nicer stand on. A lot of people complained about the build quality on this one. It has a thicker bezel. It's got the glossy base and everything. It's not really nice to look at, but it's got an amazing panel. So this is basically taking that panel, putting it in a nice stand, which I think it's gonna make him compete more likely with the RG Swift, because since they got now like a gamer aesthetic. And I think it looks cool. Besides that sexual predator branding at the bottom there, and then they've also mentioned that they're going to be doing a 4K version, which is going to be $100 more. It's going to be 4K 60 hertz, but basically the same look, same design. I just hope they get their quality control issues under concern, because they had the new X34 come out recently, but there are so many issues with that monitor. Like
I've heard about that. Yeah.
People like Linus reviewing the spec sheet and talking about it, but there's so many issues on the forums that no one's bothered to bring up.
Yeah, you showed me that link. I read that, man. That backlight bleed. Have you
horrible.
You probably got to put whoa. I've never seen that.
Well,
I've never seen that before.
Well, there's that, and also like when people are powering them down, like they don't, or when people power down their PCs, the monitor itself doesn't power down and go into power saving mode. What it winds up doing is the screen starts cycling through like colors, like the whole screen, but like yellow, blue, green, and it just cycles through it. It just keeps cycling through colors until you actually hold the power button and shut it down. So when you power down your PC at night, you got to power down the entire monitor. A lot of people are reporting this. One of my buddies, Sloppy Wetblow, he's got a channel. It's a funny name, but he's got a tech channel, and he's got one. He did a review on it, and he talked about it. And there's a lot of issues with it. And you know what? I mentioned this to Ed from TechSource. I was like, dude, you got to run a frame skip test. Like on the overclock, no one has reviewed this monitor yet and done a frame skip test.
Yeah, that's important. If you're overclocking, definitely, you got to run frame skip test. So no one's actually done the frame skip test.
Nope. Linus reviewed it. Didn't review the frame skip test. Didn't talk about the fact that a lot of people weren't able to hit the 100 hertz. And his response to me on Twitter was like, "Well, we didn't have these problems with our monitor, so we didn't talk about it." I was like, "No, that's your responsibility to talk about it. Just because you got the perfect review sample doesn't mean it's a perfect monitor." You got to talk.
Yeah, that's true.
I would, if I knew about these issues, I would consider it my responsibility to mention that in my review, even if the one I got was absolutely perfect. I'd be like, hey,
that's
what?
True,
99% of these out there are pieces of shit, but I got a perfect one. So take your chances.
That's true. Yeah, take your chances, kind of thing. I mean, if you are pretty much reviewing a product and recommending it for people, to buy, it's kind of like, you would want to point out everything you can. I mean, I certainly try to. I certainly try to do that in my reviews. I don't play any ignorant cards as well. I don't know if he's playing an ignorant card. I don't know what's going on, but Yeah, you know, the
don't know.
frame skip test, that's to me, the frame skip test would be a big selling point if I was looking to buy a monitor which wasn't, you know, as people said, oh, it's not officially overclockable, but I think that's one of the biggest selling points of the monitor
Yeah.
is that it can get to 100
Hey,
hertz. And I mean,
they put it on the box. It says 100 hertz on the box.
yeah.
It says overclockable to 100 hertz, yes, but if you're going to put 100 hertz in the box and a lot of people are getting them and they're not able to hit that or they're getting frame skipping, then that's an
Yeah.
issue. You shouldn't be advertising that.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
would kind of maybe mention it. I wouldn't put it on the box.
Yeah. I'd say what's guaranteed, right? If they're all guaranteeing 80 hertz, and put up 80 hertz on the box, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And then,
yeah,
'cause
that
then-
is a little bit.
Because,
on
I
that
mean,
one.
what we wind up getting is like, you know, people like him are basically reviewing the spec sheet and they're not reviewing the actual hardware. And then just after that, you know, they just want to grab that title. Ooh, the new best gaming monitor out there. And people are like, ooh, the new best gaming monitor. I have to see this video.
I mean, how much is the monitor?
Thir-
What is it?
The ultra wide,
Yeah.
$1,300.
Whoa, yeah. See, something like that literally is a huge purchasing decision, right? I mean, even like
If
for
you're-
people who are rich, like,
Dude, if you're covering a $1,300 monitor, you better tell me everything about that. You better tell me
Yeah,
what kind of.
that's true.
You better tell me the spacing of the threading they used on the screws.
because I know there would be a lot of people out there who would have been waiting for it as well. Like, okay, you know, how does it, you know, I've been saving up for like, you know, a year or whatever for this monitor. Like, you know, there's some people out there who don't have a lot of money, but they want to still, they love PC gaming. They're so enthusiastic about it. And then when it comes out and they get it, it'd just be a big letdown. You know, I don't want to give people that experience. That's $1,300.
Yeah,
like,
if I reviewed something that was $1,300 and then someone bought it on the back of my review and then had a bad experience, I would feel like a shithead.
yeah,
I would
that's
feel like
true.
an absolute asshole.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You did with the ROG. Yeah. You told people to stay away from that
like,
thing.
just
You
like-
had just a massive bad experience.
I was like,
So-
I just gave my experience and said, you know, take it for what it is.
Yeah.
This is a very, by seeing how many issues there were on the forums, it seemed highly likely
Yeah.
that this was a very good possibility, like almost like a 50-50 chance of getting a bad monitor.
Yeah. So take your chances. Yeah.
Basically a coin flip on whether you're going to get a good monitor. Even the Acer monitors had issues as well. I've seen like things recently, people talking about getting them and it has like dust under the screen. Like I don't have that. I don't even know what that looks like. I've never seen that before. But people
Yeah,
are saying there's like dust under the screen. It's like crazy.
Well, I reviewed that Dell, that 1080p one, the 24-inch, and I noticed the cross hatching. And so I mentioned that. And then I asked people on average, like, how many other people have this? And so we sort of, from the comments section, I gathered that it was rare. It was a problem, but it was rare. So
Yeah.
that's what people can make. And I put that in the description. So I guess that's one good thing about being a tech community is that you can sort of gather these statistics and then, you know, give people an informed decision. Look, just be aware of this. Just be aware of this.
Yep.
Just be aware. Anyway, you want to move on to this Nvidia add-in board partners.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the new I guess it'd be 3.5 gigabytes, yeah, of the GTX 960s. Well, they're based on the same.
Do you think so? You really think it's going to be? Do you think they'd say that again? They wouldn't. I mean, they better fucking specify
but
if that's the
it's-
case. They better specify.
Oh no,
that.
sorry, no, my bad. No, it will be 4 because it's running on 128-bit bus.
Yeah,
So
that's my
as
concern
opposed
with this
to-
card is like
yeah.
128-bit bus with 4 gigs. Like, are you even going to be able to use that?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, I mean, again, like RAM is becoming. They know with the GTX 960, right? It's not it's a decent card, but it's not. The graphics card itself, the GPU itself, isn't powerful enough to process like 4 gigabytes of frame buffer. Like, so I think they just put it on there for marketing more than anything.
It's
Like, I
basically
think that's-
like a 680.
or of course 2 of them in SLI. That's pretty important. So
It's basically
mean,
like a
you're gonna
Maxwell
double the bit
680. That's
bass.
more or less what it is.
yeah, well, that's it. So you're going to double the bit bus there if you put them in SLI, and you're going to have. So I think it's more for SLI purposes because I'm sure a lot of people will be putting these in SLI. So I just think that's more so what the case is. But
Well,
yeah, so you're not going to. It's not a 970. Sorry, that's so when I saw the 128-bit bus there, that's not the case.
yeah.
So sorry, what were you going to say?
No. I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it's good. It's good that they're stepping up the competition. I just feel like it's sort of it sucks for people who have bought the 2 gigabyte variants. I think that's a bit of a pain. Like I'd be pissed off. Like what? Okay, 4 gigabytes is now standard, and people aren't going to be paying it.
I was looking at the 380s recently because I'm thinking about getting one in for the channel for testing some new games on.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that they made a 2 GB version of that card, but they do. A lot of the board partners make a 4 GB and a 2 GB version, and it's like a $20 price difference. And I'm just like, who's buying these 2 GB cards for $20 less? Like, just buy
Yeah,
a 4 GB card.
$20 is not much at all. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about a 10% price difference for 100% more RAM. Get
But you know
4
the
gig.
funny thing is about that. Like, this is the sad thing, right? You're in the States where you always get retail pricing. In other parts of the world, and I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's
speak
true.
out like on behalf of Japan, they charge more money for that. They then say, okay, you're charging $20, we're going to charge another $30 on top of that. So you end up paying an extra $50 for that 2 GB because the retailer says to themselves, oh, we can sell this for an extra $50. So a lot of the time, that's why I've complained in the past about Nvidia and AMD. They have to get on their game and make sure these retailers aren't fleecing the public. Because a lot of the time, the retailers are just getting it and saying, okay, yeah, it's got an extra 2 GB. You guys asked an extra $20. We're going to charge an extra $30. So then it ends up $50 difference. And I've seen this. Like, if I probably go on now, you'll see that the cheapest 2 GB variant will probably be like $200, and then the cheapest 4 GB variant will probably be like $250, $260, and it's like the same brand, the same card. It's like, what's going on? From the same outlet. So, I mean, that's annoying. That happens in Oz. I know that happens in Oz. I know it happens in Japan. I'm not sure about the UK, but I know it happens in those two countries because I follow pricing pretty whatever. It's too early. I can't think of the
Closely.
word. Yeah, closely. I was thinking of a more like sophisticated word to use.
Needed a synonym for that. We need a thesaurus for the show.
What's this?
We need a real-time thesaurus so you can get smarter
Yeah, that's
sounding
it.
words.
That's it. So closely synonym.
Synonym.
Yeah. What do we got?
I don't know. Let's move on to the next topic. That's
Okay.
what it is. I have no idea. I didn't know you were actually expecting me to search this.
Oh, I heard you on your keyboard, so I'm like naturally thinking, hey, you're searching up a synonym for me.
No,
Sweet.
that was me changing topics.
Oh, okay.
That was the
All right.
that was the sound of me changing topics over to the UK. This has been have you been following this at all? This has been in the news for a while now. Their Prime Minister David Cameron, dickhead, has basically been trying to basically ban encryption. Basically, because I don't think they actually understand what encryption is. I don't think he knows what encryption is. But they have outlawed encryption for civilians. But the government is still recommending its use in a lot of civilian applications. But I just don't know
that's
how
not
they're going to
cool.
police this. Like, how are you going to police, local encryption on someone's PC if I choose to encrypt my files or whatever, or use a VPN?
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, like, look, some people want to keep their data safe. And by encrypting it, you're adding an extra layer of protection on there. Well, and they want to stop people from doing that? I mean,
It's like UK is going to be a hotbed for basically piracy, like not piracy, like hacker attacks and shit, probably on civilians. I would
well, there
think.
is that recent thing, that ransomware though, but that's the people, they encrypt it anyway, right? They're the people who actually encrypt your data and then put a password on it. I mean, I don't understand how this is benefiting anyone. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going through David Cameron's head. I mean,
Dude,
especially
like,
when
this was like leading up to the last prime minister elections in the UK. This was like Cameron's like big ticket thing that he was like selling his entire re-election was like getting rid of encryption. We need to get rid of encryption. Something like, basically he's like I don't know, like he's just got like a bug up his ass about encryption, or he's just using it as a PR stint so he can kind of get this little victory for himself. I don't know what he's playing at. Like, what is like.
Well, I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think here, right? As far as I can take out from this article, it's double standards, right? Now, double standards was back in the days of slavery. So double standards is synonymous with slavery. So, like, we can use encryption, but you guys can't? Okay. Like, the article...
This would not fly in the States. And if they tried to pass this, I would be like, fuck you. I'm
It's
encrypting
double
everything even more
standards,
now.
man. You can't
I'm gonna
have
double
double
encrypt.
standards nowadays. It's stupid. Like, what double standards is a joke. So, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, and to add to this is like, we'll start rolling through these a little quicker because these are kind of related here.
Yeah.
But this they've also, now they're trying to make it so that your web browsing history must be stored for an entire year. So basically, you can't delete your web browser history. The UK wants
yeah.
the UK
Like,
wants full access to your browser history for a year. It's like,
what about all that porn, man? Yeah, some people are conscious about their porn. Like,
dude, can you get fucked anymore? Like, it's like, It's like, no. It's like, look at my browser history. Go suck a dick.
That's annoying. I mean, where are some of these laws coming from? What the
No, I'm gonna
like?
move to the UK and then double encrypt my browsing history and clear it every day. Just like to like fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, this shit wouldn't fly in Australia either. This is a joke. Like, yeah, there's a line, right? You don't cross the line. Like, it's stupid, man. Stupid, eh? Like, I don't even want to like talk about this other than say, get down, get him out of Parliament. Like, who is this idiot? So yeah, you want to talk about the next one? MPAA shuts down major torrent sites, including Popcorn Time.
Yeah, they basically it's the MPA's like next like move. They're like sweeping bans where they, they come through every couple times a year and they shut down a bunch of sites and they shake up things
Yeah.
and then they go away for like 3 days and then a proxy opens up somewhere else and it's back up again anyway.
Then a new torrent site that opens up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Pirate Bay last year. That got shut down and then it's back the next day.
Yeah, that's true, eh? Because it takes them a long time to get all these court orders and stuff. So
Yeah, and it doesn't
That's
take them long
crazy.
at all to copy and paste everything.
yeah,
It's like we're just gonna move our server to another country, and then you'll spend another 8 months trying to get a subpoena to get it.
Well, yeah, I heard Tonga was like the rage these days for the torrent sites. They're all going to Tonga.
I don't know what it is. All I have to say is private trackers for the win.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah, but that's it's sort of like not really major news, but I remember I used to use a torrent site. What was it, Mini Nova or something? That got like owned, eh? I used to use that ages ago, and it just got like pwned overnight pretty much.
I just want to tell David Cameron that I literally just cleared my history right now. So
Okay, yeah, just clear your history, guys.
I just cleared it live on the stream. He's got to deal with that. We could be
Yeah,
broadcast into the UK, and he can't have my history.
UK's becoming the new dictatorship of the world, not democracy anymore. We're just going backwards, guys. Let's roll it back a few hundred years.
Yep.
I don't know.
And besides, and back to this, I mean, even if the torrent sites go down and the private trackers go down, we'll just go back to old school. We still got news groups.
Yeah.
You're not going to touch news groups. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I hope so.
All right. So you want to move on out of this now? Get into some gaming.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna get in the gaming news, guys. So this is Joker's. He's getting all geared up for this. So
Well, the
you want
first
me
one.
to talk about Black Ops 3?
Well-
There's a new driver.
Yeah, there's a new driver. Yeah. So this is kind of this is like a nice segue between tech and gaming because it combines the two.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
Exactly. We keep this shit organized here.
Yeah.
We're not the WAN show.
Civilized, guys. We
So-
gotta keep this civilized.
Yes, my lord. Anyway, so new Nvidia driver rolled out today, 358.87 Wickel driver. Basically, a game-ready driver as well for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Anno 2205. This is bringing in SLI profiles for acts of aggression, NBA 2K16. There was also some mentions in the PDF along with this that I read through that they've made some tweaks to the Batman Arkham Knight performance, which I haven't tested yet. But I have tested other things, and as long as I turned off VSync, my performance was fine. Initially, I was saying on Twitter that I had some performance issues with SLI scaling, but as soon as I disabled VSync, my frame rate was absolutely fine. And it was funny, the NVIDIA, the GeForce, this guy Sean from there actually followed me afterwards, and we were going back and forth on emails, and he was like, we were troubleshooting some stuff and looking at certain things, and it's pretty good. And then I got a contact with the product manager at GeForce, which was a nice pickup, so I'm glad I complained about the driver.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad I complained about the driver.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's only good for the community, right? So.
Oh yeah, but that was awesome. I mean, I tweeted about it, and he didn't even know who I was. I don't think, and he was just like, "Let's figure this thing out." He said his exact words, "Well, let's get those gremlins out of your system." I was like,
Yeah. Well, that's. Well, I mean, yeah, you've got to get there's a mention in StarCraft 2 as well. So there's Sword Coast Legends as well, which is actually a game that I'm going to play in my free time. It's Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. So
I was literally on the fence last night.
try.
I was literally on the fence last night about that.
Well, it's cheap. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap.
$40.
So like, well, cdkeys.com. I mean, I saw it there. I'm going to get Fallout 4 as well. So I'm getting that on PC. But I've got to. I don't know. Do you guys think I should get Black Ops 3 on the PC or on the console?
PC.
Because
PC. PC.
I know, but like the player base for Call of Duty on the PC now has just gone to absolute hell. Like it's. I want to play. Like if I get the multiplayer, I want to play all these different modes because they're fun. You know, like I don't just want to play team deathmatch over and over every time I jump on COD. Team deathmatch.
You need
Just
to,
getting over it.
Brian.
So.
You need to stop being a peasant.
I want to connect to my inner half, my peasant half.
Your inner peasant.
See, I can't shun the peasant, man. The peasant's in me forever.
In Australia, do they call console peasants like console aborigines?
Well, man, you better watch out. You might get like someone throwing a
Oh
racist
god,
card.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
See, I don't know. Like, I like those jokes. I can't say anything like that because, yeah, in Australia nowadays, if you say anything other than like, because I'm a white guy, if I say white, if I say anything else, I'll get called a racist. So
Wait, it's racist to say aboriginal?
Yeah.
Is that a racist word? I thought that was what they
Kind
preferred
of
to
like,
be
yeah,
called.
you can like if you say Aboriginal like in something and in context like that, people will call you racist. Hell yeah.
Damn.
Like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I just
I
from
just
all
have
those
I just
jokes
have a
now-
dark sense of humor. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, of course, right? So I
Get
know
it?
exactly where you're coming from.
Wait, you
so.
you didn't get it? Dark sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, right over your head. It's all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
this driver, like I said, after testing it, it was fine, man. I was playing BF4 all day. It was like 98% usage on each card, just absolutely ridiculous performance. So this
Yeah.
driver's looking good, and I'm looking forward to testing it on Balops 3 this weekend, seeing how seeing how that's got better since since the what was it, the beta? Yeah, the beta. Beta ran well though.
Yeah.
Ran well.
Yeah.
But it
well,
wasn't-
I mean,
wasn't great.
sorry, my Mozilla Firefox is just like slow, so I can't pull up a new topic. So,
Oh man, they got a new update the other day. It was awesome, man. They added this thing so you can now see which tabs are like playing sounds, and then you can mute those sounds by clicking the little speaker icon.
that's yeah. I hate
Oh,
that, eh? When you got
so
like,
good.
hate that when you got so many tabs open. And like, which one is it? And you're just closing every tab.
Because sometimes those web pages, some of these tech sites, like you open it up and it's just like all of a sudden the fucking news briefing starts playing. And it's
Yeah.
like I don't know where it is. Now you could just mute the whole tab. It's like okay, it's on this tab somewhere. Mute it. Don't care about it. Or if
pretty good
I'm on a tab reading and I got YouTube in the background, just mute a tab. There it is. Easy peasy lemon
So-
squeezy.
I think they'll be releasing a new driver definitely for Fallout 4. Yeah, that's as well.
I would if we got a Wickle driver this week, I would say we're probably going to get just a game ready driver next week if I were to guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fallout 4, I'm pre-order. Like, I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, especially watching some of your videos, you're getting the hype train up. I mean, this
Gotta
looks
get the
really
hype
good though. Like, yeah, but it just looks good as well. Like, it's sort of
yeah.
like
Oh man,
I'm sold on it already, kind of thing. It just
Yeah,
looks amazing.
I've got the next topic here since we're on Fallout 4
Yeah.
now. If you want to
Yeah.
roll into that,
Yeah, we'll roll into that. Yeah, Fallout 4, baby.
yeah. So you want to take this one?
Everybody's well, kind of. I mean, you've got way more knowledge on Fallout 4. I'm just going to be buying it first day and playing it, and then giving you guys like first impressions.
Well, I'm just looking at this here because they this actually got revealed today by Bethesda because I talked the other day about the graphics options that had gotten leaked, but this was actually stuff that was revealed by Bethesda. They put out some new screenshots that look, my god, amazing. Like the lighting on this looks absolutely jaw dropping. And
Yeah.
they also talk in here. There were some quotes. We have links down in the description for all these topics if you want to read through these quotes from Bethesda, and they're talking about like Nvidia, like working with them for the God Rays and stuff. It basically sounds like they're going to have some Nvidia stuff like God Rays, but it's not going to be any mandatory Nvidia technology like advanced physics. Like you need an Nvidia card to run this. And they also said that they are working to get this optimized for any hardware. So that sounds really promising, and I like that they're being vocal about this ahead of time and letting people know, like, look, we're trying to get, even though we're using NVIDIA God Rays, we want this to run well on AMD hardware as well. So that's just good for everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks like they've got a more they're saying that they're including a different renderer, which is more dynamic. So the lighting effects are just going to look that much better, which is a good thing. So, I mean, this looks awesome. But yeah, I haven't been this excited about a game for a while, so I'm really getting excited for Fallout 4.
I'm excited by these graphics, man. I mean, I talked in my other video about
Bucket. Can we just stop for a moment? Bucket. Yeah. Bucket.
Okay. So, but yeah, well, some of the textures don't look great, but like the lighting looks so good, and they're talking about all that in here, how the lighting will interact with different surfaces. So if it was hitting like a metal surface or a wood surface, it's going to interact differently between those two surfaces, that's awesome. It's kind of sounds familiar to what they're adding into War Thunder right now with their new rendering engine. So it's kind of similar to that. Some of these effects they got listed here, like the bokeh. And they've got the dynamic dismemberment using hardware tessellations. Like, oh yeah, I want some of that. I want dynamic
me too.
dismemberment using hardware tessellation. I need that in my life.
That's king. So yeah, like there's just nothing. I mean, like that's what I thought. I thought Bethesda were getting upset about people leaking it. I mean,
Yeah.
the leaks were only good in my opinion. I mean, I just saw this game that looks
man,
so
they're super
immersive.
They're super upset, man. I mean, this guy Pete Hines, he's like
You want to move it? Yeah.
he's super.
You want to move on to that?
He's super duper upset, guys. Super upset.
I mean, he looks like he's laughing. Like, how can you be upset? He's like,
I
"Hey
don't
guys,
know.
we're upset." I mean,
I don't
we're
know if
getting
that.
some
I don't know if
bad
that.
exposure.
I don't know if that picture is current or not, or was on context
Yeah.
with this. What was going on? Or if it's an old picture. It's probably an old picture.
Yeah.
But they're upset basically. It looks like someone maybe had like swiped a copy or broke a street date. Maybe it was a review copy that someone leaked some stuff about it. But you know, all of the perks list getting leaked and some screenshots getting leaked. It's not really that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's not like someone went out and beat the game and told everyone the ending and posted a video of the final boss battle. You know,
Exactly right. I think, if anything, those perk leaks, they help you choose your character before you get the game, kind of thing. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of like that. You know, you can sort of plan it out and do all that strat chat thinking
Yeah.
before you get into the game. So you're not sitting there like on the character creation screen, like, do I put another point in strength? Do I put another point in agility? What do I do? What do I do? Google. You know, like, so at least you can sort of get all
Yeah,
the.
you could plan out your class
Yeah.
ahead of time.
I do like that. Like, I think it's better. Like, some of these leaks are actually a good thing. So Bethesda, I mean, don't get upset. I mean, the game's going to sell probably better than any other game you sold in history. Like, because, you know, just the new PC hype train. So
And just one thing I wanted to say, because someone mentioned this in the chat, and now that we've got more people here, almost on 150 people, which would be our most ever.
oh yeah,
so-
sweet
but-
guys, let's make that happen. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
we
seeing
need
151. This is the most.
Oh, I'm
we've got
seeing.
ever.
Okay,
Sweet.
well, I'm seeing 149. All right, well, we passed 150. That's the most people ever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Woo!
because we have so many people here, I just wanted to mention because Gamers Joint said that we're always moving to change at the time of the show. It's like I just want to say we're always at the same time, but right now we are going to be doing it an hour early ahead. Now we said this at the start, but there was only like 20 people at that time. So just so you
Yeah.
guys know, because of the time change with the time being rolled back and there's no daylight savings in Japan, we're going to be doing the show at 4:30 Eastern for I guess the foreseeable future, for a few months at least, until
Yeah,
the
exactly.
US rolls ahead again. So it's going to be for a few months now. So just be aware of that.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you want me to ask my work, like, guys, can I just rock up to work an
It's like,
hour
hey,
later?
it's like, hey, can we just move the entire school day ahead by an hour? You know, for everyone, because of we got TGW, we got Tech Gaming Weekly, baby.
Yeah, that's it. TGW, Tech Gaming Weekly.
157, man. I want to see that. I want to see that hit 175, man.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So
I want to
sweet,
see,
man.
I want to see 175 for sure.
Just tweet it out. Like,
Goddamn
keep.
flies in the room.
Yeah. So yeah, he's upset. I mean, there's nothing to be upset about. As I said before, Fallout 4 is going to be good. I can't wait. It's one of those few games that I'm actually going to get into and just play like a hermit. So
162.
yeah, all right. Stop going up.
People are
It's just
opening.
going
People are
crazy.
opening it in multiple browsers, guaranteed.
All right, so yeah, we've got a Metal Gear Solid being rumored. You want to take this away because my browser is just like literally
Yeah, sure. Well, basically, what's happening is because of
memory
Konami,
leak.
You know, we've had all this stuff with Konami. Fuck Konami, love Kojima. Basically, ever since then, with there's been this whole like thing. All the Kojima's left, now Kojima's back, and he's gone again. And now Konami is closing down their LA studio, which was working on the PC portion of the Metal Gear Online, which already got released on console, but it wasn't meant to come out until January on PC. And now they haven't said anything about it being canceled. They haven't put it into question at all, but some people are speculating that maybe it could cause some issues at the very least with maybe that time schedule to get it out on PC. And it concerns me. And I don't even know how popular this is going to be on PC. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about it. That I talk to, I just don't know how many people are going to come back to Metal Gear once, the online goes up for PC. I mean, I thought it looked cool, but I don't know how popular it is on console or how popular it's going to be on PC, but I want to play it. Seems fun enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, I want to play it, but I don't know. Like, the whole Konami thing has sort of got me, like I don't know. Does Kojima just? I mean, he makes a great game, but does he just like bow down to corporate, dictatorship? Like, yeah, guys, do whatever you want to me. Oh, I love that punishment. I really don't understand.
I
Like,
have some more.
yeah, so I'm gonna actually open up Chrome now because
Oh God, he's gone into the
my
dark side.
Mozilla. No, my Mozilla has literally just pooped itself.
Dude, Google's going to be reading all of your cookies now.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, I'd rather read it and not have like my browser just
At least,
like
well,
literally
at least
crashing.
David Cameron won't be slowly perusing your entire browser history and judging you based on your
Well,
porn choices.
that's it, man. At least Google's not going to tell me, "Hey, you better keep that history for a year, brother."
It's like, what about my
You're going to jail.
What about my cache, man? My browser's gonna get slow if I kept my history for a year, my browser would be slow as shit. It's like
Yeah,
Like I clear my cache a few times a day. I got a button right here. Boom, there it is. Cache cleared. One click of a button. There it is. It's gone.
well, I got to do that until it just like literally just suddenly decided to stop working. So
Yeah.
don't know what happened with Mozilla. Mozilla Firefox isn't like someone put the fire out on Firefox.
I love Firefox. It's awesome. People always ask me like, Joker, what browser are you using? Firefox.
Yeah, I mean, I
Firefox.
do. I usually love it. It's just now I got to change to Chrome. So something happened.
I don't know.
I don't even know what to. I don't even want to diagnose it. So, yeah. Kojima and Metal Gear Solid, and it's rumors. I mean, it's not really anything official yet. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, it looks like the LA studio is very likely being closed, but it's just kind of, people are just worried about the Metal Gear Online for PC, whether it's going to come out on time or if at all. So but that's where the speculation comes in is, what's going to happen there with that based on this, since they were working on it directly.
yeah.
But,
Well, I don't
you
know.
wanna move
So
on?
yeah.
Let's get to the next one here. We got GOG.
Which one is it? Yeah. GOG, yeah, GOG.com. So big fall sale, guys, announced with discounts of up to 75% across 350 games. So Witcher 3, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah,
Yeah,
is it
Witcher 3, $42.
Yeah.
They've got the first expansion for $9. Pillars of Eternity Hero Edition half off.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like if you were looking to play Sword Coast
yeah.
Legends, man, start with Pillars of Eternity. It's just a better version of that.
I haven't played Sword Coast Legends yet. One thing that did annoy me about Pillars of Eternity is your allies. I don't know if for some reason I couldn't. I've got to maybe I've just got to update the game or whatnot. But I couldn't get my allies to have automatic smart skill usage. Like I'm running through the game, and every battle I've got to pause it and then do all my allies' abilities. If they're a mage, I got to cast all their spells. It's like, no, I didn't sign up for that. I just want to play my freaking character. I don't want to play 3 other or 4 other freaking characters. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that kind of annoyed me. I mean, so far, in Pillars of Eternity, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm getting annoyed that every fight I've got to manually control because I like to play it on a more difficult setting. But I just want my allies to be freaking smart and use their abilities rather than a mage just start firing a wand in a battle. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
Fucking
sword.
Ziggurat.
Yeah, well-
man, some good deals. Banished, $5. A lot of good games on here.
Yeah.
Like GOG, DRM free. I love GOG for that. The only problem with them is they don't have all the big AAA titles. But if you like smaller indie titles or if you like older games and you want to get them DRM free and just actually own them on your PC like you should, rather than being at the behest of Steam and they can just take away your games whenever they want.
Yeah, Gaben can do that. Yeah,
Gaben.
well, that's why they call him Lord Gaben. He can.
He controls all the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is
He's
this
God.
it's a good sale though. There's probably a couple things on here I'm going to pick up, and they got a thing going on where if you spend $5, $15, $30, you get some free stuff along with it. System Shock 2, Chronicles of Riddick on here if you spend $15, but that's actually on sale for $2.99 on its own. And this game is severely underrated, and it's still not dated enough yet. It came out in 2009, but it's still got really nice visuals. And this was a good game, man, for a movie tie-in game. This game was awesome. Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena. If you haven't played that, give that a
I
go.
haven't played it, no.
$3.
$3 there.
That's a good single player game right there. If you need something single player to play while you wait for Fallout.
Is it based on the movies or?
Yeah, it's based on the characters from the movies, but it's its own story, and it's basically like you're escaping from prison.
Does it get Vin Diesel's bald head right?
Oh yeah, they got Vin
Oh,
Diesel.
sweet. All right. Well, that's
God.
$3 well spent, guys.
Fucking messaging.
So that's $3 well spent. Go get Chronicles of Riddick and just marvel that shine off the bald head. So, anyway, so yeah, you want to get on to the last topic here. PC is a very important platform.
Super important.
Who did we have this from last time? It wasn't Activision. Last time, who was it?
don't know.
Ubisoft. Ubisoft.
Yeah, that was it. Ubisoft, yeah.
Pledges. Ubisoft cares about now Activision's turn. We care about you guys. PC is very important, guys. I mean, why even post this crap? I mean, if we are important to you, Just show it. In ways, I think Bethesda thinks that PC gamers are important because we're not getting royally, fucked in the ass when we buy a game.
Yeah, well, they're starting to realize that we're profitable, so that's why that matter to them. We're the most profitable platform for Activision.
You don't need to say it. Just do what you do and make the games very playable, make them highly enjoyable on PC. That's all you got to do. Give us 4K res, give us SLI straight from the get-go, give us crossfire support.
Zero mouse acceleration, nice FOV sliders.
That's it.
Good options
Just
menus.
Get the magician there casting spells,
It's like, hey, Activision, if you want to know how you should optimize your games, just hit Joker up. Just send it over to me. I'll review your options menu and I'll let you know how shit it is, and then you guys can fix it from there. They also announced that their FOV slider goes from 80 to 120, so that's good to hear for Black Ops 3. Good FOV slider.
That's good, yeah.
They haven't always had that in their titles. They've had ones that were like limited to I think it was.
It capped out 90. I think it's 90. It caps out on usually. Yeah.
Ghost was really low. It was really low. It was not good.
Yeah, but I remember in some of the CODs they had they were banning people for manually cracking the FPS limits and also the FOV sliders, and I'm like, but that's how people have played it in the past. You can't ban someone for wanting to get 120 frames per second. What the hell?
Yeah.
On Black Ops 2, you had your FOV slider. You had your 120 frames per second. I think you could even go up to 250. So, I mean, you can't just give people that multiplayer experience and then just take it away. If you're going to do that, print it clearly on the box before people buy it. You cannot play this game at 250 FPS. We've got a frame limit. They need to tell these things. So I was really annoyed at that. Yeah, that's stupid. If you've got on PC, that's why Treyarch are sort of the most favorited of all the is it Activision, the people who make the COD series.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're the most favored maker of the COD series because they don't do this. They say, look, people want to play this at high FPS.
They haven't always
want an FOV slider.
They've been better than Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, but they haven't been perfect themselves, but they've been okay in the past. They used to have the server browser, which they've gotten rid of. They've talked about bringing that back, at least an unranked server browser for when the mod support starts to roll out in March next year. But at launch, we're still going to have matchmaking, and I still think it's going to be plagued by a lot of the issues that the PC version had before, which is everyone plays TDM, like you said before, basically TDM, and it's like 90% of the people are playing TDM, 10% domination, and then let's say 9% domination. Then you have 1% that are just sitting in the other playlist waiting to find other people to play with.
Well, when you're leveling up, it's kill confirmed. That's it. So as soon as you get the game, the first week, it's everyone's playing kill confirmed because you just level up so quickly.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's okay, yep, TDM. Yeah, I was just over it a little bit. So that's why I was thinking about getting it on the PS4. So
they definitely have more players, but I would
it's huge, 10, 24.
Dude, just make it cross-platform. There you go.
That's it. That's what I was saying. Just make these games cross-platform. What is there to lose?
Because we will own those controller nodes and make them cry.
They'll probably, the rate of broken PlayStations will just go through the roof. Sony will just be
these guys are all hacking. They're aiming way too goddamn. These guys are hacking. They're aiming way too accurately. They're getting more frames than me. This is fucking bullshit.
He's killing me, Mom.
This guy aims faster than me. Come on.
Oh, man. Then you got the kid in South Africa. Hey, Mom.
Well, at least the kid in South Africa's got a jar of Vegemite to keep him company.
Hey, Vegemite. All right, so that's it for the news, guys. Let's go over to the comments section. Big questions. It's question time, so ask away. I think the real Adam Merckx says, you're going to be picking up that Acer ultra wide. I think I know the question instead of that.
I was really planning on it, but based on the issues that it's having, until I hear that those are ironed out, no. I'll wait for the Asus one maybe and see if that one has issues. It's just because I got to buy it. I'm not, and it's I want to review it on the channel. I would love to review the channel, and even if it was bad, I would love to tell you guys that it's a big piece of shit. But I can't spend $1,300 realistically just to do that for you.
It's a lot of money.
I'm not Linus. I can't buy a $1,300 monitor just to tell you how amazing the spec sheet is.
Yeah.
But how bad it actually is.
Yeah. So Drake Owens asked, what game is best if you just want to play with your mates? That depends. Like, there's a lot of good games out there. Like, I could think of like Dota 2, StarCraft 2. These are games that you can just pick up with a few friends, quickly get into a game. I mean, Dota 2, obviously you have to budget time for that. Like, you'd have to say, all right, we need an hour to play through a game. But like StarCraft 2, man, like I might just Skype your friends, you're in a game straight away, like 3v3, 2v2, whatever. So I mean that's pretty cool. I love playing with friends on those games. Definitely FPS as well. Like you join parties and stuff. I mean,
if you want something just to play with your mates, like not like
Battlefield
competitive wise. No, not. I'm thinking like non-competitive wise. Something like Trine 1 and 2 man. Those games are awesome. So much fun. Well, or if you just have one friend to play with, something like Portal 2, because the community maps on that will literally keep you busy for the rest of your life. Like you could play the community maps they have now for like the rest of your life, and by the time you were done, there would be new maps that you haven't played yet. They're just it's still constantly new maps, like awesome maps, like better than what they even have in the game. Portal 2, awesome. Trine, great. If you want something non-competitive wise, awesome, fun to play.
yeah. Input lag between a controller and a mouse and keyboard. Like, is this specifically on a console or on a PC? See, I haven't tested either. Apparently, there's input lag. I will say on the console, apparently there is a bit of input lag on those mouse keyboard adapters. So.
Well, you also got the. I mean, with a controller, you're also dealing with dead zones when you're trying to aim there. That's like one of the big things. The dead zone. It's not like it's like the opposite of having like raw mouse input. Like when you move your mouse on raw mouse input, it's everything is to what you moved it to. With a controller, it's not. You're basically just moving a stick and then watching where the screen goes. That's basically it. You don't have a lot of control over it, which is why it makes it hard for like CS:GO. Like you can't control, spread and recoil on a controller. It's like almost impossible.
Yeah. New James Bond movie tomorrow. I didn't even know. Well, I got to get up with the times.
The only thing I saw about that I didn't like the last one, so I don't know how I feel about this one. But the coolest thing I saw was there's a guy that actually broke into the royal premiere in London. He actually printed out a ticket. He saw someone had posted a picture of their ticket online on goddamn flies around me. This one fly has been trolling me all broadcast. Anyway, this guy saw like a celebrity had posted that their ticket that they got for the London royal premiere with like where the royal family's there and all that. And he went and printed it out at like a Kinko's and then got a tux, took like the nicest Uber cab he could rent to the show, got right on the red carpet, and he was in there talking to all the celebs on the red carpet before they even took the ticket. And then they scanned the ticket and it worked. And he went in. Then afterwards, he went to the after party by making a fake gold bracelet like everyone else was wearing out of a piece of gold cardboard that he found. It's like this dude had like the fucking night of his life with all the celebs and the royal family. Like he posted the whole thing. He posted the whole thing on YouTube. It was hilarious.
Oh man, I gotta get read up on that. That'd be funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, that'd be king. So, any plans for more scrap PC builds? I love that kind of thing. So yeah, you guys, I mean, if I get the chance to do those kind of videos, I will do those kind of videos. I did enjoy that as well. Like, as frustrating as it was with that, I had went through 3 different junk PCs. At the end of the day, I did get a $40 PC, and it's now like my home theater PC. Like, that was a lot of fun as well, not just the fact that it was dirt cheap, but the fact that, and I've got like as I said before, I've got like a Q9 550, which I can sell for $80. So it's like I made a rig and profited $40. So that was the whole deal with the junk PC, was that I actually made money to build a PC. So yeah, it's
yes,
that was really good. So you can expect more like that. I mean, I made the Ghetto NAS recently. That was freaking awesome. I really enjoyed doing that.
Speaking of junk PCs, I'm going to be doing an AMD build soon.
Oh,
bird! Come on, I'm kidding.
Oh,
no, I'm not. But I am.
And here we were thinking Joker was getting back on the neutral path.
I am on the
no,
neutral
but honestly
path.
the thing is, no, the honestly thing is though, like that's when you say that, it's like everyone knows that AMD's a big far cry from Intel on the CPU side of things.
Dude, it's so cheap though, man. I started parting out stuff yesterday, and I could do this build for like $600 because I already have a case.
No, you know what was cheap was when I saw the FX8320. I think it was like a year ago. That was like $100. Yeah,
$100
was like
last holiday.
whoa.
$99.
That was pretty good value. That's amazing.
I have a buddy that needs a PC, so or he has a 980 Ti, but like everything else in his system is out of date. So he wanted to get like an 8320. So I'm going to sell it to him for like a small discount, but I'm going to buy all the stuff first. I'm going to build it, do a build on the channel, and run through and then I'm going to keep the graphics card, the 380 for testing, but the rest of it's going to just be an AMD build project that I want to do to kind of like test some of these games like Fallout.
Yeah.
Because like everyone was telling
Yep.
me, oh, the 8320, that's not enough for Fallout. Well, I'm going to prove them wrong.
Yeah. Well, someone else asked, are you joked? I think it's more directed to you. Are you going to give Rainbow Six's second technical test a try on November 6th or 7th?
I have no comment about such technical tests
Okay.
because if there were to be a technical test, there would technically be NDAs involved with that.
Okay. yeah.
If there was a technical test, I don't know if there is though.
And then Drake Owens asks again, is it true that Japanese businesses are really slow to update their tech because they're so conservative that fax machines and cassette tapes are still commonly used? And I would say in that regard, it's not the fact that they're so conservative. I'd just say that there's a lot of old people in the workforce and they're just ignorant. Like literally, I work with people like this and they just don't want to use the new technology. They just couldn't be bothered learning new methods. They're like, why do I need to do that? Fax machine works. Let's just use it. It's, and then you're like, wait up, like a laptop and plugging it into a TV is so more convenient than bringing in frickin' things and writing on a blackboard. Like the tech's there, use it, for all my lessons. It's electronic. I use the, laptop hooked into a big TV in the room and I do PowerPoint, like I'm thinking because I'm probably like one of the few guys and that's like 1990s, PowerPoint was like out in 99, wasn't it?
I don't know when it came out.
It was ages ago, but like, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, but like PowerPoints should be something mandatory. I mean, so yeah, it's very true that they still use old tech, but I would argue that it's not because they're conservative in many ways. I'd argue it's just because they couldn't be bothered learning new things.
Dude, someone mentioned in the chat, I was like, how do you think you would do on Scrapyard Wars?
Me or you?
You.
No, I'd pwn it, man. I'd like absolutely, I'd own it up, man. Like, Linus wouldn't see it coming, man. So overclock, like I'd be just a silicon gun. Like all I'm gonna say is give me a silicon gun and whatever, some money, and you're just gonna have like literally, man, I'd be hacksawing like massive pieces of metal onto a GPU to just overclock the shit out of it. And the CPU too. Like silicon for the win. And yeah, I'd score the victory in that baby, no, hands down. Like because on Scrapyard Rules, right, do they score based on cosmetics or aesthetics?
Well, I mean, it's like the first ones were like basically they had a budget and it was like, okay, the most performance you can get for this amount. This most recent one, they gave them no limit, but they're scoring it based on who can get the most done for the least.
Okay, well, see, that's what I mean. If there's no grading on aesthetics, I'll take the victory. Yeah.
Oh no, there's no grading on aesthetics whatsoever. Like I think I remember Austin was talking about buying like two low wattage power supplies and strapping them together.
Yeah.
Scrub Lord Wars.
That's what Josh Simonson. But yeah, should I go with the i6600K or the 4690K? It depends on price. Like when people ask me about parts, give me a price, guys, because that's what it all matters. Like how much is the difference? It's like $10, $20. I'd probably go with the 6600K. If it's like $50, which is the case where I live, I would be going probably the 4690K because DDR3 is going to be cheaper. Motherboards, you can get some overclockable B85s. So, like it all depends on pricing, really. Honestly, like my favorite CPU at the moment is the 1231V3. That thing is just the beast because you don't have to get another cooler. You can get a cheap ass motherboard. And you got hyper threading. It's the duck's nuts, baby. And that's the thing, right? You go to 1440p or 4K, CPU's not even going to matter as much as it does at 1080p because you're going to be more stressing the graphics card
I'd go 5775C. Go that bad boy.
That's actually, I've heard really good things about that, and that's the thing.
Yeah, I'd be excited to try out the 128.
Yeah, because apparently the frame times are the best out there of any CPU. Like I'm actually very keen to get a Broadwell mini ITX rig with just no GPU because the iGPU is actually pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think Broadwell would be an interesting choice, the 5775C because of that eDRAM. So
someone wanted to know what you teach.
Teach English.
That's what I figured.
Of all things. Yeah.
I never knew for sure.
It's
but
like
that's
it's
what I
pretty much
figured.
it's just like it's the only thing a gaijin is pretty much going to be teaching here, unless they've like gone to Japanese class for like 3 years straight, just every day studying Japanese, which I don't enjoy studying Japanese. Like I hate studying languages, man. Like give me mathematics or whatever or finance. I enjoy studying that. Languages is like okay, boring.
See, and before you got that job, did you already speak Japanese fluently?
Yeah, like not fly. I can't speak fluently. Like I can't walk into a business and
But
have
good,
like a
good enough
full
to
in-depth
talk to kids,
conversation.
though.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So, but, you know,
Do you ever have the kids like correcting you on your Japanese?
sometimes, yeah. My, but then again, you should hear their English, man. It's
Stupid
like,
gaijin.
you stupid gaijin. Yeah. So.
All right.
Anyway,
so anyway, yeah, you want to round it out of here, get out of here, roll out that outro / intro again.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's any major questions, but yeah, like any major questions to go. So that's it. This week's been pretty quick. So
Yeah, I know.
and we got the most views ever. Awesome,
Dude,
guys. Thanks so much for supporting like Tech Gaming Weekly. Like, this is why we do it for you guys. And when we get the support back,
I should
absolutely love
have
it.
kept a few that we had. Like literally, when I first loaded it up, we had 17 topics. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, these tabs are getting small up here. It's like running out of room.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, Gazareth's right. Like, we're the underdogs here, guys. The underdogs, TGW. That's what I mean. I'd love to have an underdog battle. Me and you, we have like Scrapyard Wars versus Tech Syndicate versus Linus Tech. Like, I'd love to see teams. Hey, we're the underdogs, brothers.
Bring you and me up there. You and me versus him and Luke. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Versus,
that's it, eh? That's it.
versus Jay and Barnacles versus Logan and Wendell. All the
Man,
four
that'd be a dream.
the four way tag team deathmatch. Let's do it.
Yeah, winner takes all.
Yes.
Like everyone's tech.
Versus we gotta also get Kyle and Paul in there. We gotta have all the 2-man teams.
That's it, eh? That'd be awesome, eh?
All the tech channels are now 2-man teams, aren't there? There's just 2-man teams everywhere.
Yeah, well, so I think it's the way to go. I mean, like I could when I do tech shows, when I did my tech show by myself, it was so hard because like when I'm thinking of rolling off the next topic, it's like I gotta pause for a second, and then that's when with a show like you and me, you're thinking about what to say next while I'm talking. Then when you take over, it works so well. Like it's so smooth. So. Sorry, last question though. We will answer. How many fans should you have in a case? It depends, right? How big's the case? I mean, I'd say probably 2 or 3.
I like 3. 3 is my favorite number.
For me, it's either 2 or 3, depending on what I got in there.
I like 2 front intake and then 1 rear. That's all you need. You don't need no top fans. Close that shit all up.
Yeah, well, actually, my favorite setup, and I don't know, it's very like weird, is having a 20 centimeter on the actual panel, and then 2 venting out the top. Like that just works so well.
See, I had that for a while on my old thermal take case, and it was just dust heaven. It's just all over. Dust.
Yeah, dust is annoying too.
That's why I like my Define R5 with my sealed top. I don't need any. I get more than enough air through that sucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm sure you got to get to work and everything. I got to go get ready for my tea and all that shit. So we're gonna get out of here. Roll that intro, outro.
Oh yeah. Do you want to? Oh, sorry. Before you go too, yeah. Do you want to make sure I can get the upload ready too? So please.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, guys. So we're going to be releasing Tech Gaming Week a little bit later. So the archive. So that way people will be more encouraged to watch the live, and I get a chance to get some views as well. Like people actually watch it on my channel rather than just coming over and liking it, because I already watch it on Joker's channel. So.
We're going to be delaying it. So basically, we both release it at the same time. So then you guys can then we'll see who really gets the views just based on head to head battle to the death for the views. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll catch you slunts next week, and you all just have a good on week. Next Wednesday, TGW, 4:30 Eastern, because of the time schedule and all that. And we'll catch you guys next time. Ta-da. Ta-da.
Terra.
Booga.
Booga. The intro after it's rolling. Best out.